Okay, how's it going, YouTube? My name is Chief B. This is actually my first ever video, so this is pretty exciting stuff. I'm here to basically talk about how to start a burger shop, or how to start actually a restaurant during a pandemic. Basically how we're gonna follow my own journey, how I started my own restaurant, Auntie Lucy's Burgers, which is a Ghanaian influenced smash burger shop located in Toronto, Ontario. Basically how I started during the pandemic with no loans, a smaller capital than a restaurant would normally need, and how we became successful and profitable within the first month. So yeah, initially, I guess basically our story was, my background is in marketing and communication. I used to be out throwing a lot of events, kind of orchestrating branded marketing type projects, working with different agencies, kind of in the realm of like brand partnerships was kind of my forte. Came to learn about ghost kitchens. For those of you out there who don't know what that is, a ghost kitchen is basically when you rent a commercial kitchen that has kind of all commercial grade equipment, and you kind of then you create a brand, for example, Auntie Lucy's Burgers, and then you leverage that brand to be popular online. And then people can basically order your products over the various delivery apps, whether it's Uber Eats, DoorDash, Skip the Dishes, for delivery, Ritual for local pickup, or even just coming by to pick it up themselves. So learned about that and decided to create our own in 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic, and kind of like all the social unrest that was occurring in I guess spring, summer of 2020. We opened June 3rd. Yeah, created an online brand, and the best way of doing that too, it's like if you don't have any experience in marketing or media type stuff like that, reach out to companies in your area. There's definitely agencies out there that can help with graphic design, that can help with social media strategy, that can help you create social media channels. Actually, I have my own company as well that does that. It's called Undisposable. You can find the links to Undisposable. Just reach out to me via email as well. We can try to help you out or connect you with agencies in your area if you'd rather somewhere closer, depending where you're located. But yeah, we created an online brand, created a logo, kind of created a bit of an atmosphere, and something that also kind of set us apart. Because like I said, we are a smash burger shop. So a smash burgers are a more gourmet version of hamburgers. So it's kind of like a bit of a smaller ecosystem for those types of burgers. And those types of burgers are usually kind of each competitor in that market tries to create their own little level of separation, but there's still a lot of similarities between all of them. We decided to kind of bring in my Ghanaian heritage as a kind of a bit of a differentiating factor. So what we did, and that's very important to do to kind of differentiate yourself from others in the market. We started selling popular Ghanaian sides alongside our smash burgers, as well as naming our burgers after cities in Ghana, and yeah, kind of like really just kind of tying in the heritage that was non-existent in smash burgers previously. So that was kind of our differentiating factor. And something else that we do that was differentiating was getting custom boxes made. So again, we tapped in with our graphic designers and then sourced custom boxes overseas. Custom boxes are a bit more expensive than kind of like general clamshell boxes, but they go a long way in differentiating you from your competition, because on a brand's perspective, when someone sees your logo, whether they saw the logo on an Instagram sponsored ad, or whether they saw a Google ad, or kind of wherever, or even if they just saw a friend on their social media post about your food, it's like they can see the food, but even before seeing the food, if they see your logo and it jumps out at them, they're like, oh wow, like what is that? Like tell me more about it. And our logos are black and white, so it's kind of I guess different than what most fast food places use. And we're not even fast food, but different than what a lot of restaurants use, because a lot of burger shops, when you're learning, or when you're actually researching what to do, they try to get you to use reds and yellows and kind of these like eye-popping, kind of attention-grabbing colors, where we kind of pulled our inspirations from more of a fashion perspective and wanted to kind of have muted colors. Actually at the time, very inspired by like Yves Saint Laurent, different types of fashion houses. So wanted it to be black and white, a bit more muted, but still something that was very appealing and very dope. So I have our black and white boxes. When you open our box, it says, at the top it says, hope you enjoyed, please order again soon. That's something that, we did that with the idea that like, people would see that, take photos and kind of share on their socials. So yeah, kind of like along the way, just doing different things that we found were very important to kind of like, I guess, ways of getting the word out and ways of kind of just making it memorable in people's eyes. This video is basically me just kind of, I guess, rambling and kind of like sporadically telling you about our story from kind of a bit of a beginning to an end. A bit of my background too, I used to be a writer. So I was able to kind of do the press release myself, and had experience in kind of like reaching out to different press outlets and media outlets in the GTA, kind of I guess across Canada to let them know about our story. So it's kind of what I did. So we didn't have to hire a PR company for that. I've done all the PR myself thus far. Kind of just wrote a press release, sent out to different writers, told them about our story, told them about what we were doing, told them about what was coming up, and a lot of them agreed to pick up the story. And also just really leverage, the best thing you can also do is really leverage the people around you. You know, if you have a lot of people around you who have different followings or are known for different things, kind of tap in with them and kind of see if they can help kind of leverage your story as well. Because that's kind of for us, that's what we did. I think people saw we were being authentic with what we were trying to portray, kind of what we represented. I'm a big advocate for pop-ups. Our first foray into this, we did a 3-day pop-up in December. Yeah, our 3-day pop-up had done really well. So we decided, okay, cool. I kind of just keep that idea in the back burner, you know, just like, okay, cool, this idea works. Got a lot of press. We sold out the first few days. The brand notoriety was there. At the time, we were kind of, it was still called Auntie Lucy's Burgers, but we were creating a In-N-Out influenced type, I guess, experience. So that kind of was a name people recognized. It was a name that couldn't be found in Canada. So that really drew a lot of people and got a lot of buzz behind our name. So then fast forward a few more months, take the time to kind of, I guess, yeah, like I said, sit on the idea, but then at the time I was a consultant for a company in New York. The government's asking all Canadians to come back to the country. I come back to the country, think to myself, Chief, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna, you know, survive really? Because the company was, I was on a contract with that company, so after a while soon it was gonna end. And a lot of the work I was doing here in Canada was event-based, which was kind of closing down for the first time ever at a major level. So had some money saved, but was still kind of thinking like, like what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So then I'm back in Canada thinking about it, and I decided, you know what, let me bring the pop-up back. Like that did really well, people liked it. Let me try to bring it back and kind of see what we can do. Because at the time, like I mentioned earlier, I learned about ghost kitchens. So I was thinking to myself, okay, well, all these restaurants are closing. Why don't I reach out to a restaurant that I can rent their kitchen and kind of formulate my own ghost kitchen. So that's what I did. That proved to be a bit harder than expected because, like I said, at the time, people weren't really familiar with what ghost kitchens were, and a lot of places were anticipating to be closed for as long as they ended up having to be closed. So a lot of places, I really just went to a couple of my favorite burger spots, like kind of burger bars that sells burgers, and asked them kind of if they wanted to collaborate, but they kind of were just kind of waiting to open up for themselves. But I ended up finding a place in Parkdale, finding a kitchen, and then kind of moving on from there. I'm not a cook. I don't have a culinary background. I just kind of go to restaurants as a consumer. So I ended up hiring a consultant, my boy Adrian Forte. I guess I'll talk about that in another video, you know, because it's going to be a whole process. Like I said, it's my first ever video. Don't want it to be too long, but it's going to be a whole process where I kind of like tell you guys about the steps from really going from a guy who just enjoyed eating a lot of food, which I still do, to full-fledged owning, you know, a $1 million QSR restaurant and business. Really just in the span of, I guess it's about to be 2 years, but the business came together in a span of under 6 months. And now it's a full-on company that employs about 7 people. But yeah, decided to bring it back as a 1-month pop-up. Decided to, at this point in time, to bring our kind of our Ghanaian influence into it. Did the same things we did for the first pop-up in regards to press and kind of getting the word out. And boom, from day one, it blew up as a success. But yeah, I guess that this is a little bit of a story or background into how we came to be. You know, we're about to take this journey with you guys from, I guess, year 2 in the hospitality business. My first, I guess, $1 million company running. So first time running a $1 million company, or my first $1 million company that I'm solely running, especially in the hospitality industry. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, let me know. Like I said, I'm new to this. This is my first video. Let me know. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things you know you need to do to get this channel popping. So yeah, I'll kind of keep you guys up to date on the different, you know, steps that we occur and the obstacles we occur. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. I'm here to answer them. And yeah, that's it, man. It's your boy Chief B. Thank you.